Behold. Behold.
Behold.
God, I love this boot up. I love this boot up sequence so much.
Mm.
Like, it does. Yeah, this game predates me by like a year, I think. I think it came out in '97. Yeah. Welcome to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What are you screen sharing?
Oh, sorry. I'll stop that.
I was just wondering what you were doing.
I was just screen sharing the fucking what is it? Iron Lung iceberg I was watching.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Welcome to Symphony of the Night. The castle that started the Vania, but not really. It's technically like the fifth or sixth Castlevania game. It was the first one on the PlayStation.
E-
It's also the first technical. Well, yeah, it is the first technical and not the first technical, the first proper foray into Metroidvania that the series had done. And when this game came out, Metroidvania wasn't even a thing yet. This is one of the games that popularized and created the portmanteau genre of Metroidvania.
e- I will let you know you are going kind of robotic.
Again? Why does Discord keep doing that? Like, for some fucking reason, the past few days, it has just been nothing but absolute Like, I posted pictures of it in Great Hall last night. How the fucking stream delay connection thing maxed out. We found the maximum, like, bit delay thing that Discord VAs, Discord VCs can get to. It's 5,000. It probably gets worse, but it will only ever show 5,000. Yeah,
God.
yeah, it's obnoxious. But welcome to Symphony of the Night. We're playing on the original PlayStation 1 version. Here's my system with the game and controller as proof on stream right now. Here it is. Look at that old school. Like this controller doesn't like this controller predates the goddamn analog sticks.
God.
Yeah, but now
Old school.
old school. Yeah, here we are. Start Symphony of the Night. Journey back to 1792 and the Transylvanian countryside of Romania. Also, fun fact: a lot of the voice actors in this game, pretty much all of them, are carried over from other games, and we're pretty much just like, "Hey, you're here in the studio. We got these things here. Can you do this voice for us?" Like, for example,
E-
the voice of Dracula in the PS1 Symphony of the Night, Harry Mason from the original Silent Hill. The
That's a
main,
choice.
yeah, and fun fact, this game also came with, like on the back of the manual, you'd get that little advertisement of another game coming out. The advertisement in Symphony of the Night, the original Silent Hill.
E-
Yeah, but my favorite thing will always be my favorite bit of trivia is that Richter Belmont in this is voiced by Chris Redfield in the original Resident Evil.
E-
Also, look what I can. You probably missed it, but you saw what I could do with the with the loading screen.
the lettering.
Yep.
Richter Belmont.
Richter T. Belmont. all of these items we cannot use. They are purely for Alucard later. But what we want is those.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given
Give
flesh.
flesh.
I was
You
called here by
can't.
humans who wish to pay
Can't hate
me
this.
tribute.
I love this.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What
What is a man?
A
Miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. Alright, let's see. Need holy water. Power. Ooh, look at that PS1 slowdown. And look at that background. Like, you don't see that kind of thing in games anymore. the moving 3D background with the 2D plane, like, you only see that in indie games, and I like it, but there's a vibe to the old schools, you know? Something that just can't be recaptured. It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the Dark Priest, Shaft. Shaft, you dig? However, one night, 4 years later, under the glare of a full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no idea where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard, the very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Vlad Tepes Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, had submerged his vampire powers and entered into what was supposed to be an eternal slumber. But now he is awake and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. The time has come once again for the forces of good and evil to engage in their eternal battle. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious. So have you ever played a Castlevania game?
No.
You should, at least one. Like with all the collections that they released, you can pretty much play all of them.
My car just got suplexed by a pig.
Oh, you're playing Satisfactory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fun fact, I didn't say... By the way, Alucard will never move this fast in the game, barring one condition.
Oh. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but, God, look at that sprite work. Look at how fucking smooth that running animation is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play pretty... With how many re-releases and collections they've done for Castlevania, you can play pretty much the whole series. I would recommend...
Lord knows Konami's not making any new ones.
Yeah. I think I've made it clear that I love this game so much. That's new. Alright, let's see. Yeah, the mermen! This is actually a really good place to do it. Because the game has the light RPG elements of, you know, you kill things for experience to get stronger.
Yeah.
You know, fun fact, due to the way that the game calculates EXP, there is a soft cap, practically a hard cap. Even though the game does cap out at like level 100 or something, the functional cap is actually somewhere in the 40s, like late 40s, early 50s.
Oh, okay.
Because by then, you're so high level that even the enemies that give you the most experience in the game will only ever drop 1 experience, due to the way how the game calculates EXP growth. We'll do one more level up, and then we'll continue on, because it's hard to put into words how enjoyable this game is. Because just the way it moves, like, when it comes to 2D platformers, especially in the Metroidvania genre, it's hard to... It's borderline perfection. Like, just the right amount of momentum, just the right amount of speed, just the right amount of everything. You are in, like, I'm in full control of every goddamn movement I make. And that in any kind of game, that's important. Alright,
No.
now, I'm gonna show you something, because in the re-releases that are available, specifically the PSP and now PlayStation version, you know, the one that was released later on with the PSP's voice cast. Okay, and that right there, in the re-releases, would have been enough to skip the death cutscene and let me keep the Alucard equipment for the whole game.
Oh boy.
But since we're not on the PSP version, we get to see death.
Fuck. And you...
What is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Oh, Robert Belgrade.
Befriending mortals. I'll not ask
God,
you
I
to
can't...
return to our side, but I demand you cease
The
your
fact that they never got him,
I will
they never
not.
got him back for another Castlevania
You shall
game is
regret
a
those
goddamn
We
crime.
will meet again.
Like, he's just... Jeff jacked my shit. Yeah, like, the fact that they never got Robert Belgrade back to do anything else for Castlevania is just a fucking crime. Shit. I missed the jump. I don't mean to jump over the hole, I mean to jump into the hole, you'll see. Alright, jump. Okay, no. Nope. Yes! And there's our first little upgrade, Heart Max up. Yeah, Death jacked all our shit. We've got no weapons. We got no weapons, no armor, and the only things he didn't take was the stuff we picked up on the way in. Like, he even took our cool flashing red cape. Now it's just a boring off beige.
Finding constructors.
Sure, I do want you to pop on the stream real quick. I need to watch something real quick.
Okay.
Every single enemy in this game has their own unique death animation. Every single one.
Bits.
Also, look at that.
The god of D20s.
God, I love how that looks. Yeah. We should be coming up on... Okay, no, the Bloody Zombie's not here yet. Like, every enemy... Like, when I say every enemy has a unique death animation, I mean every single one. Like, even the individual skeleton types have their own unique death animations.
Wild.
curious.
I need that concrete, baby.
Concrete?
Conked up crete.
Great conked crete.
I need there 240 divided by 45 each. Okay.
Some enemies explode in fire, some just fall apart, some open up a dark portal behind them and get ripped apart by it on the way down, or on the as they get sucked in. Every enemy's got a different one.
I
think it's... yeah. Secret tunnel. Life max up. Yeah, this wasn't my first Castlevania game. Also, the fact that I just picked up that dagger means that, due to the way the game works, I will never not have a sub-weapon for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't my first Castlevania. That actually belonged... The first Castlevania was actually Dawn of Sorrow on the DS.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay, gotta swap you there.
Jump. That's it. I love the sprite work in this whole game. It's just, it's all too perfect. There it is. Yeah, another thing. Every kind of cape you can get for Alucard, it appears on his sprite. I just equipped the cloth cape. Now his cape is like a leathery brown.
Yeah.
Like, that's something you don't see in a lot of AAA games, period.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, this armor has a slightly different look or a different color. Like, oh, this armor looks different, or this armor is just like, I don't know, there's just... It's something you see a fair bit these days, but it doesn't have the same care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like a meaningful thing. With this, it just feels like they didn't have to do it, but they did it anyway. Whereas these days, if a game does that kind of thing, it's like, it's more out of obligation. Yeah, we'll stick with the knife. Anyway, now we've got our first boss. Or should I say bosses? It's these fuckers. If you ever played Super Castlevania 4 on the SNES, you know these fuckers. It's Slagra and Gaiden. Fine. Alright, there's that's Slagra. Get down here,
Oh, that's
Gaiden.
the thing. Oh, that's the weird bird thing from the anime.
Yep.
That's my... This and the BDG video are my only points of reference for this.
And that's Gaiden defeated. Yeah, these guys were the worst bosses to fight in Super Castlevania 4. They were a massive pain, and every subsequent version that you saw after that was just making it easier and easier. Okay. Not these guys, but another guy in the hallway. Okay, this guy. You need to see this guy's death animation.
Coming.
Like, did you see it?
Well, that was bloody.
Yeah,
And he burned.
the bloody zombie. I love that death animation so
Ah,
much.
okay.
Alright, now... another thing that the game does that they didn't really have to, if you hold up, while while on solid ground. Like, watch for a second. If you hold up, Alucard does this kind of, like, a funky little pose thing. Like, yeah. But if you're, I'll show, let me just grab a thing real quick. Sunglasses. I have to wear my sunglasses at night. But if you're on an elevator that's moving, if you hold up, he does this kind of pose thing. Like the classic, like, pull the cape over, yeah, like a vampire thing, like, whoo. Like, he only ever does that on a ledge or on an elevator. Again, a detail they didn't need to do, but they did it anyway. And it's like, it really does feel like they put so much fucking love in this game. The way it looks, the way it sounds, the way everything moves.
Game with love in this economy? Are you kidding? I'm sorry.
And this was in the 90s, too.
There we go.
Also, for those in the future probably wondering, Void, why are you just punching everything? Well, there's a reason for that. Due to the way the animation works, the punching attack has 2 hitboxes. There's the extended one that goes when Alucard fully extends his fist, like that, but the sheer act of him swinging out is a second hitbox, which means that if you're right in front of an enemy, that's 2 hitboxes you're doing. So you're hitting everything twice. Which in the early game is a lot better than any weapon you can get. Heck, there's even a pair... I'll even show it off later, but there's a specific weapon you can get that is essentially just, you know, punching shit, but doing so also does holy damage, which almost every enemy and boss in the game is weak to holy, because, you know...
Undead shit.
Yeah, everything's undead. Now we go to the next area. I believe it's the Marble Gallery? Yeah.
Realizing I didn't need nearly this many platforms for this. But oh well. You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, that fight with Dracula that we had at the start as Richter, that wasn't just like a tutorial thing. That was part of a thing that that's the way the game kind of determines Alucard's starting stats.
Huh.
Yeah, the way it works is that the better you do in the fight, the better Alucard's stats will be overall. So if you do really bad in the fight, Alucard's stats are going to be fairly bad. But if you do really well and don't take damage like I did, he'll have the absolute maximum amount of health he can have at the start, which is 75. And his offensive stats will also be really good. Also, a lot of sub-weapons in this game, but you don't really need to worry about all of them. Like, there's some really cool ones, like the fucking lightning gun. But if you're talking just pure practicality, stopwatch and holy water. Oh, what's that? Smart potion. Yeah, every... Oh, come on.
It went a bit more robotic there.
No, that was straight up my upskill. Having to freak out. Alright. The Spirit Orb. That will allow us to see numbers to show us how much damage we're dealing to enemies.
The worst horror enemy. Math.
Exactly. Also, this section of the gallery. You only really ever need to go through here for, like, 1 or 2 reasons. And it really is just And those two reasons are, go to the end of it to reach the end, to get the thing at the end, and then go back the other way. Oh, also the death noise for these ghosts. I love it.
Coming.
Like,
Hey, poof.
they just go, ooh! Does this game also have its jank? Yes. Mostly in the
Every
way,
game has its jank.
mostly in the way of you can't use a healing item directly from the menu. If you're gonna use if you have to use a healing item, you have to equip it to your goddamn hand first, and then use it like a weapon. That is something that was fixed in all subsequent Castlevanias that had items. Alright, and now we're back here. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of a speedrun trick here. Okay. Yeah, did it! If you backslide and jump right off the edge, it lets you get just a little bit more distance to clear jumps like that. But now that we have what we went down that hallway for, God, I love that animation. Like, yeah, you've never played a Castlevania game before. Have they just not caught your eye or something, or did you just kind of not know they were a thing until something came up that was like, oh, that's a thing?
Predominantly Nintendo kid, and as far as I can tell, these are all on Sony and, well, Sony.
Well, believe it or not a whole lot of them were Sony exclusive. There was Symphony of the Night. There was Lament of Innocence and Legacy of Darkness on PS2. And I believe that's it. All others were either multi-platform or Nintendo.
Also, it is just largely an aesthetic thing. The most Fossil Fighters, Endless Ocean, a lot of those types of games.
And not into the gothic Metroidvania kind of thing.
Nah. No, give me my fish.
Yeah.
Give me the fish.
This was absolutely 100% my fucking jam. At least it would have been if I was, alive in 97.
Yeah.
But sadly, I did not exist yet.
Unfortunately for 1997, I was. I'm kidding.
I wouldn't exist for another year and wouldn't be able to pick up a controller for another 7 or another 4 or 5 after that. And I wouldn't get good enough at video games to actually enjoy them for another, I want to say until like 2006. Yeah, we have done everything we needed to in that generalized direction. Now we can continue on to the gallery proper. Oh, nope, didn't drop anything. Yeah, I mentioned that the 2 sub-weapons you really want to keep on you at all times. The stopwatch and the holy water. The holy water because it's really fucking powerful. To the point, and when I say that, I mean, as long as that fire is there, it does damage on every frame it's active. And you can stack like 4 or 5 at once. And those all do damage on every frame they are active. And the stopwatch is just like, hey, you want 5 seconds of everything just not being able to move? now. Oh, cutscene. When the game hangs like that,
Wait
you
a
know it's a
moment.
cutscene.
You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Then we have
Let's
the
go
same
get
purpose.
that.
I'll trust you for now.
I don't
I'm
remember.
Maria. Who are you?
I don't remember who Maria's voice actress
Not the
is.
talkative type, I can see. Well,
But I do
perhaps
love
we'll
it,
meet
'cause
again. If
it's
you
got-
live that long. Farewell.
Like, this whole thing has the vibe of, like, you know, that silly kind of gothic kind of thing. Like a Hammer horror kind of thing. Over the top, ridiculous, but still fun and takes itself fairly seriously, just for the sake of, you know, the vibes. Also, fun fact, there's a, in the PlayStation 1 version, there's a cut boss fight with Maria that was only available, in the Japanese version, but only on the Saturn, because there was a Sega Saturn port of this game. It had a lot of extra place. It had extra locations, extra items, new bosses. You could consider it the definitive version, with one exception. Due to the way the game works and handles backgrounds, you've probably kind of noticed, at least, you know, those watching the stream or those watching the post-upload on YouTube, there's a weird amount of things that look 3D, and that's because they are. The way Symphony
Like
of
the
the Night...
coffin.
Yeah, like the coffin, the D20, the background in the Dracula fight. Heck, even just a lot of the, like, extra effects for places and things. That's because the game is actually in 3D. It's 2D... It does the Hollow Knight thing of 2D sprites layered in a 3-dimensional plane. Like, that's why we can get, like, a scrolling effect like this. Like, that's... Like, you see how the background is scrolling? That's because it's not just 2D planes moving, like, moving at a different speed across a 2D plane. This is technically a 3D environment. You'll also notice with some enemies later, and even a couple of bosses, but this game is technically running in a 3D engine, and the Sega Saturn was not good with 3D games. Oh, these guys. I love these guys. Later on I'll have to... Remind me to show you a cool thing you can do with these guys. These are stone roses. Like, if it happens on its own, that'll be really cool, but if we don't see it by the time I'm done in the clock tower, way later, I'll have to try and force it. Alright. Yeah, here we are, at the outer wall. Okay. Before we do anything, this guy. This guy is one of a few enemies. Yeah, look at that death animation. I fucking love that death animation. That guy is one of very few enemies that, once you kill them the first time, they do not respawn. And now we just stand here.
Menacingly.
Because there's a fun little secret for this part. I think, yeah, just stand right here. Wait for it. There we go. Secret elevator! And for that, we get the Mirror Curious, which doesn't do a whole lot more than our Hide Curious, but what it does do is it makes us immune petrification. Like, we can't get turned to stone anymore. And the other thing we got is the Jewel Knuckles. It's essentially, you know, a punching attack again. Except this time, they deal holy damage. Yeah, the game doesn't tell you anything about that. You just kind of find that part out on your own. We also need to continue going down here. Because there's a thing. And once we do this, I'll call it apart on this recording bit. Oh, also, look at the seagull. Look at this bird.
Fucking bird.
If you keep going in and out of the room, there's actually a little thing that goes on in the sky. Like, they show up, they nest, and like every time you go in and out of the room, it progresses until it's got eggs and it's hatching and it's taking care of them. Then the eggs hatch, you see the babies, they grow up, and then they fly away, and then the whole thing repeats. Alright, we actually do need to look at this guy. It's the Boatman!
A funny boatman?
Yeah, it's Funny Boatman. Yeah. From there, gotta call it on this recording session because it has gone over 35 minutes. Stream's gonna keep going, but gotta break it up for the YouTube audience. So YouTube audience, you'll see more of this tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Production minor.